Yo, what's happening, people? Okay, we are live right now. Live from the village right now. It is 8:33 in the PM right now on the 2nd of January 2023 right now. This is the first live stream of 2023. I believe, yeah, it's either the first any kind of content for me on YouTube or anything for 2023. This is it. This is the very first. If you are hearing me now, you are hearing the very first output from Bandit Haze of 2023. This is what you are hearing. And it is movie night. We're watching Halloween 2. It is on Netflix. If you got it on DVD or Blu-ray, Laserdisc, VHS, or if you just have access to Netflix, if you got a Netflix subscription, get it ready on Zero, or any which way you have this available, get it ready on Zero to watch it along. If you don't have Netflix, if you don't have access to it, it's all good. You can still come along and have some fun. But we'll start the movie in a little while. But for now, let me switch over to this screen and chat for a little bit. So yeah, 2023. It is the 2nd of January 2023. So far so good, I guess. I mean, it's still early days, right? So you try to at least have a good start when it comes to these things. You try to have at least a decent start, and I think it's been okay so far. But I do have a clinic appointment tomorrow to get a couple of injections. So that's to do with getting vaccinated for Pakistan. So that's, well, I'm due to go on the 25th of January. So this month, in a few weeks, in about 3-ish weeks. Yeah, about 3-ish weeks, maybe a little over 3 weeks. But yeah, 25th of January to the 30th of 30th or 31st, I forget. But anyway, it's for about 5 days. So yeah, it was like 30th of January. But yeah, so I've had some injections already. I need a couple more. Well, actually, I don't need them. They did say they're not exactly required. The only thing that's really needed was the COVID vaccination. The other stuff is more recommended. So they gave me a list of, what was it? Hepatitis A, I've got to get vaccinated. Typhoid, diphtheria, something, polio. I forget what they call it. They just put initials, and the flu vaccination. The flu vaccination, by the way, wasn't part of Pakistan. That was for Pakistan. That was just apparently I'm eligible for a free flu vaccination. Since I was getting a bunch of stuff done anyway, I was like, all right, cool. Stick at my arm too. So there's 4 different conditions or illnesses, diseases, I guess I'm being vaccinated for. Well, 4 plus the COVID I already had. COVID vaccination I already had. So yeah, I should be pretty vaxxed up. They also said that I need to get insect repellent, so I bought some insect repellent. That should be coming this week in the post, and that's just to well, repel insects like mosquitoes and stuff like that. You're supposed to just rub it on your body or things like that, so like when you out in the day and you don't, it will repel like insects and stuff. So hopefully I'm not getting bitten by anything and whatnot. But yeah, what else I get? I bought some plugs, like adapter plugs. So, you know, because they use a different plug for the wall over there, so I can charge my phone and whatever. So that's coming as well. It should be coming this week also. I bought them all from Amazon, so they should all be coming this week. And what else? I got I got a bag. So I do have luggage already, but I wanted to get a backpack rather than use the hand luggage. So I bought a backpack which is within the size of carry-on luggage, so it's like 20 by 40, but I can't remember what it was. But it's within the size, within the size. I checked what the maximum size was, so it's within that. And yeah, that should all be coming. Yeah, it should all be coming this week. So I think by the end of the week, I'm pretty much all good to go. The only other thing to do would be to reapply for the visa, because when I applied, I didn't know I was applying too early, and even though I put the dates of when I'm traveling in the thing, it didn't let me know that I was traveling to it. I was applying to early, which is a bit of a piss take, really, to be honest with you. But it charged me the money, and it gave me this thing that said it expires on the 9th. I'm like, bruh, I'm not going until the 25th. Like, why is it expiring on the 9th of January? So I wrote back to them. They never got back to me, and it's just long. So it looks like, yeah, I'm just gonna have to apply for it again. So it's like another, like, it's that 60 quid, which, I mean, it ain't no small money. I'm not trying to say that, but I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. In the grand scheme of things, oh well, at least I know. So yeah, I have to reapply for that, and hopefully that comes through all well and good. But I did get the insurance on the flights and the all that sort of stuff, the plane insurance as well, just in case things don't go to plan and something happens. Well, hopefully nothing happens and I can go, but just in case, it's like, all right, cool. Let me claim this insurance thing. But anyway, I'm pretty much almost all ready to go. So it is New Year's. Hopefully your New Year's is going well. We are 2 days into January 2023, so hopefully it's going well for you guys. And if it's not going well, hopefully it gets better. But 2022 is done, and we are now officially in the 2023 as we go forward into this year. So as far as like new year, new me type thing goes, I mean, I don't know. I mean, of course you want to try and do different things and all that kind of stuff, but the whole idea of like New Year's resolutions, I mean, for a long time now, hasn't really been something that I've done, just because I feel like the general idea of waiting till a specific date to make changes just doesn't never really seem like a good idea. It's just like, just make the change now, you know what I mean? Just do it now. There's nothing stopping you from changing now. Whatever you think you could be doing better, or anything that you think you want to be doing instead, you know, why wait till some arbitrary date? Just do it now. But yeah, I mean, as we progress forward with the Haze Days YouTube channel and the other YouTube channels, you know, I'm sure things would change, or if not, then let me not say I'm sure. Let me not say I'm sure. I'm not sure. I assume if we're still doing this by 2024, something between now and then would have changed. Let me just say that would be my assumption. I don't know what, I don't know when, but if we're still doing this come 2nd of January 2024, in between now and then, my guess is something would have changed. So we'll see. But anyway, I reckon we need to get this movie started. So let me switch over to, actually, let me get it ready on 0, actually, because be a little bit awkward if I didn't even have it ready on 0. So yeah, if you're good at Halloween 2, Rob Zombie Halloween 2, by the way, I don't know if I specified that, but this is the Rob Zombie Halloween 2 from 2009. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it along, or if you've got it on, you know, wherever you can watch it on, it's all good. Whatever platform or medium that you're able to watch it, it's all good. Get it ready on 0. But yeah, if you don't have it and you don't want to get it, it's all good. Still have some fun. So Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. It is rated 18. It is 1 hour 45 minutes. All right, it's kind of a long one still, but it's all good. It's all good. Let's get this movie on the way. So let me come over to this screen. There we go. And so I'm going to do a countdown. Be 3, 2, 1, then play. So if you're ready, in 3, 2, 1, play. All right, here we go. Physical body to release powerful forces like rage, except from the subconscious psychosis of dreams. That was a lot of reading to hit you with right in the beginning. Sanitarium. So I think I read somewhere that the lady who plays Michael's mother, this lady right here, is Rob Zombie's real life wife. The last time Michael was human, he was a kid. "15 years later." Oh. I don't think you did, Laurie. I don't think you did. There wouldn't be a whole Halloween 2 if she did, you know what I mean? Yo, Sam Bobby. Sam B and a place to be. Good evening to thee. How you doing, Sam? Happy New Year. How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream. Hey, that's a guy from Sons of Anarchy. He was like the sheriff in Sons of Anarchy. Yeesh. Wait, they putting Michael back together again. Oh wait, no, that was I think that was Laurie actually. Never mind. Tired but good. I'm glad you're good. Awesome. I'm alright. Yeah, this guy here in the Chicago beanie hat. He was in Sons of Anarchy. But yeah, no, I'm alright. It's the 2nd of January. We are 2 days into the new year. So far, so good for 2023. I am Tickety Boo. I've been working on a video for the movie channel. You know, I do the whole why it's trash videos on the movie channel, right? And most of the videos that I do tend to be around a 20-ish minute mark, right? The longest video I've made so far is 27 minutes and 5 seconds. The video that I'm working on now, it's not finished yet, so I don't have a final runtime just yet. But it's looking like it's going to be very close to, if not over, 40 minutes long. There was a lot to say about this particular film. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm currently editing a 40-minute video about why Star Wars The Last Jedi is trash. Oof. That was not a cow. I don't see it, but I don't think oh, maybe, I guess it was a cow, actually. I don't know, would a cow have that much stopping force, though? Oh. This is 2009. They should have airbags in those cars. So what was your favorite things, your favorite movies, favorite songs, favorite albums, favorite things of 2022? Can I watch a 40-minute video on Star Wars? That's the question. Well, indeed. Can I keep it interesting? I mean, of course, I think it's interesting, right? But would anybody else think it's interesting enough to sit through 40 minutes of trashing a Star Wars movie? I don't know. Hopefully somebody would. But we'll see. Hopefully somebody sits through the whole thing. I mean, hopefully somebody apart from me, that is, sits through the whole thing. Or at least, if not the whole thing, a good, like, I don't know, 50-60% of it. Oh, Malcolm, mine's going to help you, alright? It's going to help you relax. My favorite movie was Terrifier 2, and I'm sure there are far better things to pick, but I had the most fun watching that. I've got to go with it. Well, that's what it comes down to, isn't it? I mean, you could always look at films from a very objective point of view and say this film did this thing better, or that film did that thing better, and so on, which is all well and good, right? But at the end of the day, it's what you connect with the most, and some films you're going to find more enjoyable, even though they don't necessarily have all the best technical whatever, right? So yeah, Terrifier 2. Art the Clown riding around on a tricycle. Who don't want to see that? I'm about halfway through Buffy and Angel for season 6 and season 3, respectively. I think, yeah, about halfway-ish. Figure like episodes 10, 11, I think. Around about there. And it's alright, you know. Hey, that's Octavia Spencer. It does seem a bit slow moving for the time being, but, you know. It just puts me in a good mood. It's a real feel good of a movie. Yeah, feel good movie of murder and mayhem. Yeah, Buffy, yeah, it does seem a bit slow moving so far. It's alright, you know. There's some interesting concepts in there, but it hasn't really explored them fully yet. But I don't know, maybe that happens later on in the season. But it's definitely had some interesting things kind of brought up. Like, you know, the idea of Buffy going to heaven and being dragged out by the spell. Dawn seems to be more annoying this season. But, like I say, we're only halfway through. We'll see how that develops. But Dawn just seems to be whining all the time. Like, I know she's 15 or whatever, but it's like, mate. They drag Buffy out of heaven and make her get a job. Like, how I mean, I think like anybody would be pissed if that happened. Like, imagine you're in a place and it's just the most amazing place, right? You are happy, everything's great. You don't have to worry about anything. You got no stresses, no problems, enough. Oh shit. But you got nothing bad, and there's not a bad thing. It's just everything is great. Everything is like beyond great. Like whatever you can imagine great to be, everything's beyond that, right? You're in that place, and then your friends cast a spell that pulls you out of that place. And now you have to go get a job in a fast food restaurant to pay bills and look after your kid sister. Like, yeah, I think I'd be pissed. I think I'd be a bit pissed off. You know, I think Buffy has every right to be a bit annoyed. You know. Oh, not Octavia Spencer. I think this is before Ma. This was 2009. Oof. Michael makes sure they're dead. Everybody else just like knocks him down and walks away, but Michael makes sure they're dead. They should take a leaf at Michael's book. You know, confirm the kill. Be sure, thorough. Season 6 is very mixed on opinions. I like 6 a lot. Yeah. I have mental health, addiction, struggles, love, obsession are all very real stuff, obviously. Made for the Buffyverse. Yeah, I think I get that. I mean, it definitely does bring up some real hard, serious topics. Like, Warren casting a spell on his ex-girlfriend to turn her into his willing slave. Then how that turned out. Is it Warren, I think? Yeah, Warren. I think his name's Warren. The one that built the robot in the previous season. But yeah, I think I know what you mean by kind of made for the Buffyverse. The Buffy can like the show, I mean, it can sometimes seem a bit bright, you know? While it's dealing with all these like kind of real deep subjects, the general kind of feel of the show is still quite bubbly. And that's not a bad thing, you know, it's not a bad thing, and I think it works for the most part. Every now and then, it seems to like not work at all. But I think generally speaking, the mix works. Well, at the very least, it's just I'm still watching it 6 seasons in, so Angel's not too bad, but I feel like Angel feels like it's jumping around a lot. Like the story seems to not that's quite accurate. The story makes sense and it's easy to follow, or I'm following the story, but just like little things here and there seem to just like skip, like how Wesley is the boss. And then all of a sudden, Angel's the boss again. But there was like no point where they said Angel's going back to being a boss. It was just like, it just seemed to just happen. And then it's like Wesley fancies Fred. No, wait, Fred fancies Angel. But then now Fred fancies Wesley. And then Wesley fancies Fred. And then now Gunn fancies Fred, and it's like, yeah. Warren is arguably one of the worst villains because he's human. Yo, what up, Frozen G? When you say worst villains, by the way, do you mean worse villains in terms of like a not interesting character, or worse villains because like he's human and he's, you know, he's doing like, I guess, real life stuff, and worse in terms of like he's actually that bad? Because I think that's what you meant, like worse as in he's like just that bad, like he's an actual bad guy type worse. Because the others are demons, I guess. And yo, what up, Brex? They just kind of do what demons do, whereas Warren is like got a soul. Well, does he? Dude just locked her in a room. I don't think that's a good idea for let a stranger lock you in a room. But then again, considering the alternative. What sort of angel? It kept losing me for some reason. To be honest, I think I might be. I think I might be seeing why. I mean, it's not bad. It's all right, but season 3, like, it's just little things that seem to skip around, and it's just, yeah. It's a decent enough show, I guess, but it's just, yeah. Frozen G, Braxton Spivvy, Happy New Year's to both of ye. How's your days going? Or how's your 2023 going? I mean, we're 2 days in, but you know, how's it so far? So my Nintendo Switch with Myers wants blood. So my Nintendo Switch with all 13 games and bought a Series X. Okay. Wow, man's got a Series X, you know. Not even the S, X. Okay, okay. What do you get? I mean, you must have got Game Pass with it though. What games you playing on that? Best choice I've made. I mean, I like the Switch. I still have my Switch. I do still have it. It's right here. I still have my Switch. It's well, I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of dusty. It's a bit dusty. It has not been turned on for a while. I'm just cleaning it off now, so it's not dusty anymore. Oh, Myers, man. It's all 30 games on it via Game Pass. Yeah, Game Pass is awesome, man. I actually want to get a Series S, but I don't want to spend $250 though. That's a bit much. It was going for $200 over Christmas, but I don't have the money over Christmas to buy it, so I'm gonna have to wait a little while. Oh wait, it was a dream. Oh, it was just a dream. Where's Weddings and Buffy because he is human and is doing some really bad stuff, even sexually assaulted his ex. Dude is sick. Okay, that's kind of worse. Okay, that's, yeah, cool. I think that's what you meant, but yeah. To be sure. But yeah, no, he started off. I mean, I guess between him, Jonathan, and Andrew. Like, he was always kind of the one that was out there the most. Like, the others were kind of like, yeah, it's cool to be a super villain or whatever, but he was always like the one that's willing to go the extra mile. And then, yeah, what he did to his ex. And then what he ended up having to, well, not even having, but we ended up doing to just, which was trying to get away. Did Pokemon, it was bad. It's be stormy as well, like the springtime. Some severe weather rolling through some states. Well, be careful out there, man. Wait, didn't she get like mad battered in the previous movie? Oh wait, no, cool. Okay, so she got scars. She got scars. Saved a lot of money. Yo, little Jacob. Happy New Year. Little Jake's in the place. X is a beast. It's a massive machine though, isn't it? The Series X. And it's like 450 quid or something like that. Play via remote play. For the final live stream just before Christmas, I was blocked. Oh yeah, you mentioned that in the thing. Yeah. So I don't know what happened there. Because yeah, I did check that. Like if I don't know, maybe I don't know if I hit something by accident or what. I don't know. But as I was checking in the list, you weren't there. You weren't in the block list. I have very few names in the block list, by the way. Like I should probably block more people than I do when it comes to it. But there's very few people in my block list. But yeah, you weren't there, so I don't know what happened, whether it's a glitch or something. But nah, little Jacob ain't getting blocked. We ain't blocking little Jacob, no sirree, Bob. Happy New Year to you too, sir. Just rent games and use Game Pass. I don't know if it's even worth bothering renting games. Just get Game Pass, because I mean, how many games can you even play in like a month anyway? So Gears 5, yeah, I still need to get to that one actually. I was playing Gears 4 again, but I completed it ages ago because I played it before. But when I start playing it again, I haven't completed it since I started playing it again. But yeah, Gears 5, that's just still on the list. What did everyone get for Christmas? I got to eat food. That's all I got. I'm finally unblocked. £400 for the X, right? Actually, it's not too bad because I seen it for $450. So yeah. So that means you was on your best behavior, and it was so frustrating. Trust me. So what happened? Did it just was he just like typing and it was telling you that you couldn't type, or did it like give you like an error message or something, or? We got Sam Loomis. Oh yeah, and I've been playing actually High on Life. I've played a little bit of High on Life. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool game. I like that. It's by the Rick and Morty guys. It's not show before Christmas. I couldn't even participate. I was streaming. Oh man. I don't. YouTube was doing. Apparently, YouTube was doing some madness. Like there was like blocking Jake's from being in the chat. YouTube could be on some mad ones sometimes, though. I swear YouTube is on crack. It's supposed to be some heavy rains, high winds, flooding, and possibly tornadoes. Damn, man. Yeah, definitely be careful out there, Brax. I mean, the latest games. Yeah, Game Pass is pretty cool. I actually got the PlayStation one recently as well, though. The PlayStation Premium. So I've been playing Days Gone on that. I think between the two, it's pretty much covered for most of the games I want to be playing. Oh, excuse me. Jacob, I got a big bottle of JD for Crimbo. I had to. So disappointed in myself. You're doing alright, Sam. You made the right choice. Glad to be back. Yes, sir, man. Little Jake's in the place. And hopefully to stay. Hopefully YouTube don't pull no more fast ones. This Face remake. Yeah. Is that this month? Okay. I thought it was this month. I knew it was coming though. Raw. That's a hard question to ask right away. Futurama. Oh, do you mean High Life? Yeah, actually kind of is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm also press a judge to only have a few glasses of wine. Y'all had to like, y'all had to live through every moment of Christmas then. Didn't get to just close your eyes and wake up and it's over. I can see my comments in the chat, but it wasn't visible to you guys because he wasn't. So it kind of like shadow blocked you by the sounds of it then. Like it was letting you type, but no one else can see it. Man, that's crazy. Why would YouTube do that? Like, that's mad. Like, my half bought me a pair of Dr. Martens, so he was in my good books for the day. Dr. Martens DMs. Man, I used to have a pair of those back in the day. They had my favorite boots back then as well. I had them for ages. They lasted me a good while, those boots. Steel cap. Yeah, steel caps. Your other half better behave himself. Yeah, for real, man. Them steel caps. You get kicked with those. Oi. Hey, wait, is that That is. That's Something Boom. He's in Sons of Anarchy as well. Oh, I forget his name. Something Boom. Yeah. No, but they have heavy. They are heavy, so you still better watch out. Watch yourself. I say X-Files marathon. Oh yeah. Yo, yeah, you did say he was good there, wasn't it? Yeah. How far did you get with it? Did you hear about the Marvel actor? Oh, I did, yeah. James Renner. In critical but stable condition after a snowplow accident. Man, I hope he pulls through, man. Or do you mean the other Marvel actor, Benedict Cumberbatch? I heard about him too. So Benedict Cumberbatch, apparently his family are descendants from wealthy slave owners, right? So like his family history, like their whole fortune came from like slave ownership, like way back in the day. And apparently what's happened is, what was it? Barbados, I think? I forget the country. But yeah, the country that they own slaves in have actually issued like a reparations kind of thing on them, where they might have to pay, I think it's like $1 million or something like that. be honest, I probably didn't read the story all that clearly. I probably should have read it in more depth, but I was kind of skimming through it. But yeah, if they, you might have to pay them like $1 million or something in like reparations. Which, I mean, in fairness, I'm sure he could afford it, right? I'm sure $1 million isn't going to do much for that guy. But what's funny though is that he was in 12 Years a Slave, where he played a slave owner. Man was drawn on his real life family experience. Oh mate, Michael don't play. What's another thought? Listen, if you ever been kicked in the nuts by any kind of shoe, doesn't even matter, not even just Dr. Martens, but just any kind of shoe, if you ever been kicked in the nuts, and you know how painful that can be, just with, like, even with a soft foot, a kick in the nuts can be still painful. And the fact that you got these heavy Dr. Martens, it's like, nah. Like you say, just it's the thought, even just the thought of it is like, I ain't gonna kill a dog, is he? I'm so glad to be back in the gang. Yes, sir. Gang, gang. Watched it, Jacob. We watched Gremlins, Die Hard 1, 2, and 3. Gremlins is a classic. Well, you didn't watch Gremlins 2 though, just Gremlins. Gotta watch Gremlins 2 as well if you're gonna watch Gremlins. And tomorrow my mother might go to hometown for some visits, make some rounds to cuss out. Well, some people need to get cussed out, but and hopefully those are the ones getting cussed out. Hopefully your mom's not just cussing people out, but some people need it sometimes. They need receipt in the book though. I don't get it. How's leaving a receipt in the box making him a jerk? I feel like I'm missing something, because doesn't that mean that if you wanted to, you can take it to the shop and get the money back and use it for something else? Or is that not a good thing? Well, some boots from Go Outdoors. Okay, you gone hiking. Friday sales paid 100. Was page 40 was 100. Oh, nice. That's a good deal. Weather conditions. Should he have the? I don't know. I mean, maybe I've been doing it wrong all this time. Actually, to be fair, I don't think I've ever actually left a receipt in a box. I mean, yeah, no, I don't think I've actually done that. But not necessarily because I didn't think it was a good idea or whatever. I think I just haven't done it just because, I mean, I guess it never really occurred to me or whatever. But maybe it's a good thing that I haven't. Maybe, maybe it's just as well. Apparently, you're not supposed to leave in a box. Apparently, it's not a good idea to leave the receipt in a box. I was thinking that could be a good idea, but apparently not. Apparently not. So, guess I've just been lucky that I haven't. can get through all that X-Files, way too many episodes. Yeah, it's like a, I mean, I don't even know how many, it was like 12 seasons, is it? Plus all them, plus like 2 movies. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. This is another dream sequence. So Michael dreams of his mother. Oh wait, no. Laurie dreams of her mother. And Michael as a bit kid. Will Laurie even know what her mother looks like though? She was like young when that all happened. October 30th. Gremlins, yeah. As long as you manage to watch it before you die, Jacob. Had the Gremlin figures when I was a kid. And I ain't no kid. It's actually battery operated, but there's no batteries in it right now. When you like make noise, it dances, but there's no batteries, so yeah. I'm gonna be just one particular chick. Oh, one particular chick getting cussed out. Okay, I'm guessing she's earned it then. I'm guessing at one particular chick has earned getting cussed out. I'm just guessing. Sam Loomis' hair is way different to Sam Loomis in the original ones. Like Sam Loomis in this one seems more like an arsehole. He's a well different. I mean, it's not a problem, but I'm just saying it's a well different Sam Loomis. Like they're worlds apart. It's like Sam Loomis got a taste of the limelight and he just turned into a Hollywood arsehole in this one. You wanted me to know how much. Oh, okay. This is how much I spent. I want you to know. I want you to know that I want you to know. I want you to know that I know that I want you to know. And I want you to know that I want you to know that I know that I want you to know. Everyone's New Year's resolutions. Mine is to spend more time in the gym. Well, we're 2 days in to the new year. How's that going so far? I don't really make New Year's resolutions, but is she getting possessed? Man, that's some crazy dream. Bang at the gym so far. Nice. So far, so good. Awesome. But yeah, I don't really do the New Year's resolutions, but yeah, I just try to do the best I can with what I have. You hear about schools making it compulsory to teach children about same-sex marriages in schools? I did not hear about that. I did not. I mean, yeah. This feels like a Sam Loomis before he got wise to what Michael Myers really is. It was mentioned in the news. Always went my new resolutions to Frozen Gamer. You don't agree with that. Well, hopefully we won't break this one, Jakes. Just keep going. Don't even think of it as New Year's resolution. Just something that you want to keep doing. I got off... believe in that ish on December 31st, 2008. New Year's resolution. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not a bad idea to make New Year's resolutions, I don't think. It's just like, I just don't see the point in waiting till New Year's is what it really comes down to. I mean, deciding to make improvements to your life is always a good thing. But, and I guess New Year's isn't a bad time to do it because it's a new year, you know, you set goals and things like that. So I don't think it's bad, but yeah, I just generally don't. I think it should be taught about 26 marriages because it demystifies it. Borders their minds to different communities. I mean, the truth is, it's just part of the culture. So, you know what I mean? It's not new. I think same-sex marriages have been around for a while, or been legalized for a while now. I can't remember exactly when, but I think it's been 5 years, 10 years, something like that. It's been a while. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna come up, right? It's gonna come up. Program the schools teach same-sex marriages for the kids. It's normal in their household. Well, this is gay. My kids are very aware. Hey, okay. Oh, I don't think we're gonna be messing around with this guy. Yeah. So it's the guys who can't do nothing that talk the most, though, isn't it? People tend to be scared of what they don't know about. I think teaching kids about same-sex marriages elucidates that way of life. Yeah, nothing like that. That's true. I mean, was it ignorance breeds fear, isn't it? You know, if all your information comes from like stuff you heard in the playground. Oh, mate. Oof. Yeah, it doesn't usually go so well when that's where you get your information from. Your mate tells you something that he overheard his big brother say when he was talking to one of his friends that time when he heard this say that, and it's like, yeah. don't think it's right. They're teaching them all the gender stuff because they're far too young for all that. But same-sex marriage is totally fine. So when it gets a bit confusing, there's boys, girls, then there's fluid, non-binary, non-conformative, yeah. Yeah, that would be my mentality. I think the transgender stuff is a bit too advanced for kids. Yeah, maybe when they get older. It would have confused the hell out of me if I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, there's like stuff you hear about where you got some kid who's like, I don't know, like 11 years old, 12 years old or something, saying that they, I don't know, it's like a girl saying that they think they're a boy, that they're really a boy, and it's like, all right, well, I mean, that may or may not be true. I'm not going to argue with it, but then you hear about the parents of those kids, like giving them all these like hormone replacement therapy drugs at like 11, 12 years old. And it's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You sure you want to be doing that now? Like at an age where their mind's nowhere near being made up. Like even at 18, it's debatable whether you can say your mind's made up on the things you want to be doing and how you want to be in your life. Like how many people get to like 30 and still ain't figured out their life yet? Matter of fact, most people get to their 40s and 50s and haven't figured out their life yet. So it's like, you know what I mean? Do you really want to be doing things that could affect the body so permanently at an age where it's like, bruh, you're just hearing about something they haven't really understood fully what it is. I don't know, man. I think sometimes people are a bit more too concerned with scoring social points than actually just being, hey, start it back a little bit. There's plenty of time for that, if necessary. Ain't no need to rush these things. It's either, yeah. Marriages could prevent bullying too. To be honest, I'm not sure it would prevent bullying. Kids, I think kids are gonna be kids when it comes down to it. It would at least, hopefully, maybe reduce it, or maybe it's not so bad. I don't know if it will prevent it though. I feel like it's always gonna be some kid from some broken home or something. super fan. And that blizzard throughout the nation last month. That could. That cold came down, but not the blizzard. So it's been cold over in Louisiana then, by the sounds of it. I mean, well, it's winter, so there is that. There's lots of misinformation when it comes to training stuff. Leave the kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave the kids alone. A kid with some experience, there's definitely potential for bullying. I wish was more enlightened as a kid. I wish I was more, yeah. I think back, my generation wasn't taught anything about same-sex. No, yeah, for sure, yeah. Better schools are prepared to address this problem in society. Show on the progress we made. Yeah, I guess we would have been in school in similar sort of times, but sort of like 90s-ish. In general, society was very homophobic back then, right? You know, and we grew up in that. You grew up in like, whether it's cussing out gay people, making fun of gay people, or any kind of thing you see in a person that you think is remotely feminine, you accuse them of being gay, and and I remember I got teased because a lot of my best friends at the time were girls, so I'll get teased because of that. But at the same time, I'm cussing out other people for being gay when they did things. So it was just very much part of how we spoke, the culture, and at that time. And it wasn't until I got to uni where there was a lot more gay people around, like openly gay people. There was like, it kind of occurred to me like, wait a minute, why am I carrying around all these like negative opinions of people? I barely know any. Metallica. Me, I've only known of two genders, he, she, vice versa. Brax. Max is definitely conservative. I mean, end of the day, like, you can be what you want to be. I'm not gonna argue with somebody who says they're a man born in a woman's body or a woman born in a man's body. I'm not gonna argue with that, because at the end of the day, they know their minds way better than I'm gonna ever know their minds, right? So I'm not gonna, if that's what someone identifies as, I feel like they have every right to. But like you say, there's a point where you have to be careful about, are we, especially when it comes to children, it's like, are we causing more harm than good, or are we doing more good than harm in how we handle certain situations? But if you're an adult, hey, that's your business, isn't it? if you're a grown up and that's how you want to be, I ain't gonna argue with you. generation will be a lot more enlightened than previous generations, so hopefully they will. Better understanding of the gay community. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I guess they already do, really. Hey, Weird Al. Yeah, that's all. Failed me. That's all that is. Feel me? They lay out names and ideas and shit. So they are what they are. Can't transaction it into the opposite gender. Beyond that, I still believe there are two genders. That being said, understand there is non-binary, gender fluid. So I respect identity, but based on science, there's two genders, and I ain't conservative. I'm straight as an arrow, but I'm trying to be more accepting of different communities. Oh, I don't think you want to be friends with this guy, little kid. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be things, I think, in this world about people, about whatever, that either we won't agree with or don't necessarily understand. And it is what it is, you know. I mean, live and let live, you know what I mean? I saw this one on TV, though, a while back where it was this guy, a man, who was, I think, like 50-something, but he identified as like a 7-year-old girl, right? And he left his wife and kids to live his life as a 7-year-old girl and made friends with her actual, like, 6 or 7-year-old girl, and would hang out with her parents around, and they'd be like, oh yeah, it's all fine. Now, I don't know the rest of the story. Hopefully nothing bad happened, because I didn't follow it that closely. I'm just saying, though, whether anything happened or not, that's a big no for me. Like, even if he didn't do anything bad or whatever, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that he did. I don't know. But even if he didn't do nothing bad, or it was above board or whatever, right? That's a big no for me. That's like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's like, yeah, live how you want to live, identify how you want to identify, but come on. Come on. Yes, people, so I can get my head around that. still a work in progress. I was about the LGBTQ plus, and she doesn't like the narrative they display today. I feel, I was brought up to see people as what they are. Just plain people. Wasn't taught to not associate with someone because whatever, be who you are. So, have you ever attended a gay pride parade? I've never been to a pride parade. I did once go to a gay bar. No, a gay party rather. What was funny though is that I didn't know it was a gay party before going. But I'll tell you that. Let me tell you that story afterwards. Let me tell that story afterwards. It's a funny story. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. But let me tell that story afterwards. Just to try to be more open-minded. But that's always a good thing to try and be, isn't it? That's sort of Jacob. Of course not. And it's been useful in researching about the gay community. Oh, excuse me. That sounds creep. Oh, yeah. You know, get away from kids. Has to be boundaries. No, for sure. It's the guys trying to be women. They'll keep their heads up when they're Johnson by. That's them anyway. Okay, what's your thoughts on Michael Jackson's relationship with those kids in Neverland? I went to a cave almost tingly. Thoughts on Michael Jackson Neverland? I mean, it's kind of, I mean, I guess in fairness, I should probably point out that I do consider myself to be a fan of Michael Jackson. He's somebody who I've been listening to his music since I was like a child's child, like legit amongst my earliest memories involve Michael Jackson and his music. So that's somebody who has been a significant part of my life in terms of, you know, inspiration and influence. So with that said, there's going to be a little bit of bias in my answer. That's what I'm trying to get at. Didn't have a proper childhood. Yeah, I mean, he had all kinds of like abusive issues in his childhood, so that's going to play into effect, no doubt. Wait, did she just get raped by Michael Myers? Oh no, she got killed. Okay. I'm not entirely sure about Michael Jackson. What I do know for sure is if he was a predator and the parents are taking their kids knowing full well the stories, they're just as much blame. Oh no, for sure. I mean, a lot of them parents were yeah. I mean, in my opinion, I struggle to believe that he actually did anything bad with those kids. That being said, it's still creepy. You know what I mean? Like, it's still creepy. Like, I don't... excuse me. Like, I don't believe, like, he did any, like raping, dick sucking. I don't think he did anything like that. Like, again, I don't know. I'm just saying this is my opinion. Like, I don't believe he did anything like that. But he admitted to sharing a bed and, you know, hanging out with these kids and stuff like that. And it's like, he might not have done anything bad, but it's still creepy. You know what I mean? It's still like there's still lines you don't cross, especially when it's like, look, those kids ain't yours. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be sharing a bed with a bunch of kids, sleep in the same bed, and it's like, nah, it's just creepy. Even if you didn't do nothing bad, it's still creepy. So yeah, that's kind of where my opinion lies. But I don't know. Maybe he did do what they said he did. Maybe he did worse. We'll never know. Like, I think I can't remember if it was a comedian or who said this, but I heard somebody say this once, and this is kind of where my opinion kind of lies as well, where the person said, "I don't believe Michael Jackson did it, but I wouldn't let him babysit my kids." That's what the guy said. He said, I don't believe Michael Jackson did what they say he did, but I wouldn't let him babysit my kids. That's what he said. So I feel like that's kind of, I mean, I don't have no damn kids, but you know what I mean? That's kind of where my opinion kind of lies. Like, if I had kids, yeah, I don't think I'd be calling up Michael Jackson to come babysit. Be like, nah, I don't think he did it, but you know, we good. Let me call up Janet. She can babysit. Went to a gay bar unwittingly. Okay. Sorry, yeah. Alright, cool. People can be happy and whatever, of course. Still, you are your gender. I'm not going to disagree. Yeah, that's all. You're in your. Oh. Past streams, feminine gay dude is one of the first people who taught me how to text. How to text? What? You talk about how to use a phone, or like we talking about how to chat gal up a free text message? All of us, I don't believe people use the children, but he still shouldn't have been hanging out with them. And as a mom, I would keep my kids away. Yeah. I'm a fan of Michael, and I pray he didn't do what he was accused of. I still listen to Michael Jackson music. R. Kelly, on the other hand. Oh, Daniel Harris better run. To be honest, I didn't really listen to R. Kelly all that much anyway, so I'm not exactly boycotting R. Kelly. I like some of his songs, you know. I don't not like his music, but I was never listening to R. Kelly all that much just anyway, so it's like I ain't exactly missing out. MJ, still the kids in the room. Ish was odd. For sure. I mean, the way his Neverland Ranch was, like all the fun fair and stuff like that, I'm not surprised kids would want to go there. Of course you'd want to go there. But yeah, the parents should have been like there as well. Like the parents should be leaving their kids with him. Again, even if it is all above board, it's like you go to Chesterton Zoo, you don't leave your kids alone, right? Yeah, I mean, you don't take your kids to the fun fair and be like, "Oh, go have fun," and then like go to go to work or whatever. It's like, nah. I ain't saying don't take your kids there, but you should be there. But Tuesday should probably have like an independent, like social services type person there as well. But then again, this is like 90s. They probably didn't even think of that back then. Oh, they look like Cliff Daniel Harris, are they? He's sleeping in a bed, grown. Taught me how to send out a text message. Oh, right. Okay. Literally taught you how to operate. Okay, gosh, I get you. I could have bought anything in this world with his money, and he bought a fun fair. You know, I can't even be mad at the fun fair, to be honest with you. Like, if I had that kind of, I mean, I don't know if I'd do a fun fair, but I thought it's still a pretty cool thing. Like, imagine having a fun fair in your back garden. Like, that is still pretty cool. If I did that, though, I wouldn't invite kids around, though. Like, it'd just be for me. Like, if I ever had a fun fair like that in my back garden, it'd just be me on all the rides, and all the neighborhood kids can watch from the from across the other side of the fence or something. They can just watch and be like, "Oh, that looks so fun." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." Might cut the other girl as well. There's a gay bi parents who don't want their kids being taught that. Oh, about the trans gender things. Still listen to Lost Prophets. I could never. That dude makes me feel sick to my stomach. I ain't leaving my kids with a guy who changed his face into a zombie. Don't stop, leave me alone. I don't want to know, son. What up, Rex? Money, I would build a massive racing track and race high-end cars. Oh, that's pretty cool too. Have your own Silverstone in your back garden. Or you could have like a racetrack going around the fun fair. How cool would that be? Like in the middle of the racetrack, instead of having like grass or whatever, you've got like a roller coaster. And then a big racetrack going all the way around it. Hey, that's great. Yeah, man. I'm good at spending money I don't have. That's my talent. Anytime you need ideas on how to spend money you don't have, I got some good ones. Look up Ian Watkins, Single Lost Profits. One of the worst cases would be a pedo I've come across. Yeah, I remember hearing about that guy. Yeah. Yeah, I remember my little brother had one of their albums, perhaps their first album, I think. But to my knowledge, I don't think he's listened to them since then. So, yeah. Back when I was 11, I saw a documentary about a Samoan island culture called Fa'afa'in, where the boys are raised to be women. You can see it here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, okay, I think I heard about that actually. Matter of fact, I think it was you that told me about that. I'm not sure, I should know. I'm gonna find it. Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know the details of it, but he did some wrong things. So yeah, there's that. Extremely macho race. Well, I guess like most of them become WWE wrestlers. It's just the other ones that was it the Fa'afeni. I'm probably saying that wrong. My bad. I think most of those seems to be related to The Rock, like, and end up in WWE sometime. On the island, they call it a third gender. Even back then, as an 11-year-old, I was like, there's only he and she. Well, there's a difference between gender and sex. Like, if you're talking about, say, biological sex, then there's like male, female. But gender is slightly different from that. Like, I'm not sure of the exact definition of how it works. But yeah, there is a difference between gender and sex. So sex is like male, female, whereas gender is more of a spectrum. But the two are often used very interchangeably. But yeah, there is like a difference between gender and sex. Like that's like and that's not even like a new thing. That's like it's been that way for a while. But yeah, right now I couldn't tell you exactly what that is because it's been a minute since I've even cared to look that stuff up. Oh, did he get Laurie Strode too? Or is he about to? To play very much as sports like rugby, American football. Victors were young, under 5. Some aspects, I guess, dog, maybe Black American males are known as the most masculine, but masculine since we're the most imitated. Horrific. Want me to handle it, but can you handle it though? Some other shit too, y'all. What up, Brax? So I'm guessing like nobody else can see the mother and the kid. They could only just see Michael and Laurie or Angel. He would use who he was to little fans with young kids. I don't believe in the death penalty for him. I wouldn't make an exception. Love. That so-called masculinity is just a facade. The homosexuality that goes on in a pen. You know, I think there's truth to that, actually. This idea of like the manly man as a cover for homosexuality. It's like overcompensating, you know. I think it happens a lot more than people realize. Like, especially consider like how taboo homosexuality has been, and even illegal in some parts of the world. Like, when you're carrying something like that around and you just can't admit it to yourself. You can't admit it to yourself of what your own truth is. And it comes out in these ways of like trying to overcompensate in this really kind of like hyper masculine type behavior. I mean, I'm not going to say that's every single person, of course, but yeah. That's something. Yeah, I think General's the worst pedo this country ever seen. I mean, I'm not sure anybody should competing for that title though. Like, yeah. I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter who was worse. It's all just like disgusting, horrible things that should never happen to anybody. Oh, he's gonna kill Loomis. Michael's hair looks mad in this film, though. Like, he looks like a trucker or something. Back in 2014, I came across an article about an elementary school in Cali. A teacher who'd been there for some years was giving students cookies with his sperm on. Oh, mate. Nah. Next time Brax says you want to hear some shit, I'm just gonna say no. Next time Braxton says you want to hear some shit, I'm gonna be like, you know, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't think I want to hear some shit. Actually, I don't. How can she love him? She doesn't even know him. They're both despicable. I just want to make that clear. The kid is Michael. Oh yeah, the kid's Michael as a child, yeah. But it's like no one else can see him though. Is what I was saying. Like they can only see the big Michael. They can't see little Michael. Someone could say it was the word Haze. In Iraq, there's a day for gay people to be themselves. Not one day. It's like the purge. All crime is legal. Yo, what is she doing? We never expect that from Iran, Iraq. Hey. Places surprise you, huh? It looks worse. At number 4, he had a pink mask and blonde hair for a sec. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that mask does look a bit weird. Like, I mean, I guess it wasn't a bad mask or anything. It just looked weird, you know? Especially like he was wearing like this kind of puffer jacket type thing, like I don't know what they call it, a grey goose jacket. I don't know what they're called, but you know, it wasn't like his regular jumpsuit. It looked. So yeah, the whole thing just looks a bit weird. It looks less psycho killer and more pissed off trucker, which, to be fair, not that different. So he just needed a cap. That's all. White horse. So does that mean she's going to become Michelle Myers now? Written and directed by Rob Zombie. Produced by Malek Akkad. Wow. That was Halloween 2 from 2009. And you know what? That was alright. It was an interesting way of continuing the story from the first Halloween, well, the first Rob Zombie Halloween movie. It definitely took a massive different direction to what they did with original films, which is fine. I think, like I said before, if you're going to do remakes, I feel like you should do something different. Otherwise, what's the point? So yeah, they did some really cool stuff with this. Some really cool kills in there. Halloween theme, yeah. John Carpenter. It's kind of interesting. I mean, it killed off Daniel Harris, who's managed to survive the first movie, but got pretty battered. And it had this whole thing about Michael, I guess, somewhat being possessed, I guess, to some degree, of, you know, with his mother and the young Michael, and them kind of controlling him through his mind, and the girl Laurie could see it as well because they're all related, I guess. So yeah, so I feel like it's a shame that there wasn't a part 3 to this, because I feel like a part 3 could have explored more of perhaps Laurie Strode becoming a new killer and seeing how that plays out. But yeah, it was alright. I liked it. It was alright. It was absolutely a mask from Wish. Someone could be so vile to defend his kids. Yeah, it's a damn shame, man, but unfortunately ain't nothing new. Nothing old either. It's just, yeah. Some of the sick things that go on in this world. Over there, but in a few countries, there's Bahrain is one of them. 35 years ain't enough. Ruined. In a sense, they live in a life sentence. For sure. Should make them pay for their therapy. In fact, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I mean, I don't know how much money these Lost Prophet dudes made. I imagine they did relatively well for the time because they're pretty popular. So yeah, I feel like part of the punishment should be making them pay for their therapy. Or at least, if you can't, assuming he can't afford the whole thing, at the very least, he should be heavily subsidizing their therapy. Being afraid, but it never happened, unfortunately. Makes you think it's yeah, I mean, the way this ended, it definitely ended in a way where you kind of looking at it like there's a free in the works. Like there's an idea of what a part 3 could be. And yeah, kind of a shame that didn't happen, because that could have been I don't think they needed to do like 4 or 5. I don't think they needed to do like a whole series of these Halloween movies, but Halloween 1, 2, and 3, Rob Zombie Halloween 1, 2, and 3 would have been a nice way of rounding it out and perhaps just completing that sort of trilogy of films and seeing how it could kind of come full circle with Laurie and Michael. I said the one bit that was that didn't quite work for me is a bit where she's saying, "I love you, brother. I love you, brother." It's like, nah, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't know this guy. Just because he's your brother, don't mean you gotta love him. It's like, nah, come on. Guy nearly killed you, or killed all your friends. You know the guy. It's not like you grew up with him. So come on now. Yeah. Let's not be dumb about this. Look at this movie. Watch for this area till 9 tonight. Looking at the weather updates across the screen. When I watch yourself, man. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I swear the thing said this film was an hour 45 minutes, though. That was not an hour 45 minutes. Or maybe it was, actually. Oh, maybe it was. It didn't feel like an hour 45. It felt a lot shorter than that, okay. But yeah, that was Halloween 2. We have 3 more Halloween movies to get through. Is that right? Let me just double check that real quick. Well, 2, Halloween Ends. Oh wait, no, Halloween Ends is out. It is out. So that is 3. So we've got Halloween 2018, Halloween 2021, and Halloween Ends 2022. So we've got 3 Halloween movies to get through, and then we've completed our Halloween journey, starting all the way back in 1978 with Halloween, directed by John Carpenter, written and directed by John Carpenter. We have watched almost all the Halloween. Well, I think Sam's seen them all already anyway, but we've now almost gotten through all Halloween movies from beginning, and just 3 more to the end. If it felt short, then you must have enjoyed it. Yeah, I guess so. But no, I did enjoy it. I did. I feel like part of me wish it was a little bit more gruesome, but I think in fairness, it's probably about as gruesome as you can get and still be mainstream, But it definitely took, like, compared with, like, Halloween H2O and Halloween Resurrection, where they felt very polished. Halloween Ends is my favorite. Yeah, especially the bit when it finally finishes. The bit when it actually ends is like, oh, finally, credits are rolling. Best bit of the movie. But yeah, with Halloween Resurrection and Halloween H2O, they felt very, very polished, and not a bad thing in and of itself, but I personally felt that hindered the movie more than it helped it. I mean, they weren't bad films, and they were okay in their own right. They did what they did, whatever. But personally, I feel like the over polishing did more to hinder it than help it. Whereas these ones, the Rob Zombie ones, they definitely take a bit more of a grittier, kind of have a bit more of a grittier feel. They're using actors that some of them are pretty recognizable, right? But none of them are like, superstars and things like that, which again, I feel like that helps. I think the less recognizable the actors are, the more it helps when it comes to things, especially when it comes to horror movies. I think it helps movies in general. Like, most movies could be benefited from actors that aren't so recognizable, but horror movies in particular, there's definitely a few people I spotted. So I'm not saying they picked a bunch of nobodies. I ain't saying that. And of course, nobody is a nobody, but to just mean that they're not like working with like the big stars where you had LL Cool J and you had Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks, who they're all great, but when you see them in horror movies, it kind of takes you out of it because they're just so recognizable. And part of the draw of a horror movie is, bringing you in. I mean, it's fake, it's not real, it's a movie, it's make-believe and this, that, and the other. but part of what the movie tries to do is like kind of bring you into it, and it helps when it's like you're taking this character of Michael Myers. It's like this, you know, embodiment of pure evil and all that kind of stuff. And then you got actors that aren't so immediately like, oh, I've seen this guy on the Super Bowl or whatever, you know. So it's like, all right, cool. But yeah, no, I think they made some really cool creative choices with the Rob Zombie Halloweens. So yeah, overall, 1 and 2, Rob Zombie Halloween, Rob Zombie Halloween 2, pretty cool. It's a shame there isn't a 3, but oh well. Never say never. Never say never. It could still happen, I suppose, but probably not. So yeah, next is Halloween 2018. Not next week though. I think we'll watch something else next week, but that's the next Halloween movie to be viewed as we venture into the Halloween journey. Then we start our next journey after Halloween of old movies that I probably should have watched a long time ago and haven't gotten around to. Oh, something beyond repulsive. Oh, shout it. So, Haze, did you watch Die Hard this Christmas? Not this Christmas, no. I like Die Hard. It's a good movie. Not Christmas movie, but it's a good movie. But no, I didn't watch Die Hard this Christmas. So I watched Lightyear this Christmas, actually. It's the Chris Evans movie, you know, the one with Buzz Lightyear. You know, it's based on, you know, Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story. So, you know, in Toy Story they say that the Buzz Lightyear toy was based on a movie, right? It was a fictional movie, but they made it into a real movie, and that's what Lightyear is. It's the movie that toy was created from. I mean, it's not, of course, it came like 30 years later or whatever, but that's how they premise it. But it's a pretty cool film though. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I heard it wasn't very good. I remember when it came out, the kind of general kind of buzz of it was that it wasn't that interesting, but I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. The fact is, I'd say it's one of my favorite movies of 2022. So yeah, it was a kind of a nice surprise of a hit. I also watched Knives Out and Glass Onion, which were pretty cool as well. Murder mystery movies, and they're really good. What else did I watch? Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I've seen that before. I just watched it again. And then Kanto, watched that again. I'm sure I watched some other stuff as well, which I'm blanking on, but I watched a few movies over the Christmas and New Year's period. I think I hated this movie when it came out. I've definitely changed my mind on it over time. Yeah, it's a cool flick. I mean, it's I don't know. Maybe I'll try and watch it again offline, where I could maybe pay a bit more attention to it. So I do kind of feel like I probably missed a few key points, but I think I managed to keep up with the story even with the chat going. But yeah, I probably did miss a couple of things here and there. So yeah. But yeah, it's still pretty cool. Still pretty cool. Oh, I watched the Leonardo DiCaprio movie. I watched the one with Margot Robbie. Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I watched that as well. I'm a big fan of H2O. I mean, it's alright, but if I want to watch Halloween, I'm sure it isn't on my go-to. Yeah, nah, yeah, I get that. Yeah, it does some cool stuff, but I think overall, yeah, for me personally, I just feel it's a bit too polished. That and Resurrection, they just feel a bit too polished. I haven't watched Die Hard in a while. I think the last time I watched Die Hard was maybe a year or two ago, actually. What do you think of Rob as a director from the two you have seen? Gonna check out. Oh, Spaceballs is excellent. Yeah, definitely check that out. I haven't watched Spaceballs in a minute. Yeah, that's a good movie. I haven't watched it for a long time either, but yeah. Is it Darth? I forget his name. But yeah, Rick Moranis, and then Pizza the Hut. That movie is awesome. But yeah, Rob Zombie is a director. Yeah, he's a pretty competent director. I mean, apparently he's had a lot of experience from directing his music videos, so that helps, right? But in terms of directing a movie and getting the best out of the actors and that whole thing, I think he did well. I think the horror genre, at least based on what I've seen of his, the horror genre seems to suit his style. There's parts where the actors need to be very kind of intense. He manages to capture that. Parts where they're supposed to be like a bit more light and happy, he managed to capture that pretty well as well. But overall, I feel like his I don't know how much of this is the director versus how much of this is the cinematographer and that kind of thing, but certainly between the directing and cinematography, like the lighting, just the kind of overall feel and aesthetics of the films, that they very much suit the story being told, and particularly with a horror movie where, I mean, you're not always going to get the jump scares, because especially for people who watch these things all the time, right? But in terms of just like creating that feel, yeah, I think he does that pretty well. Tulsa King. Oh, the what's his? Yeah, that guy. Sylvester Stallone. That's it. Sylvester Stallone. Nah, I ain't watched it. It's on Paramount Plus, which, yeah, I mean, I might get around to it, but I'd have to join up to Paramount Plus again, and we'll see. Quite entertaining. Okay. Fifth Element, though, the Taxi versus 5-0 part was futuristic DJ shit. Fifth Element, I think I tried watching that a while ago and I never got through it. Maybe I should try again. But that sounds pretty cool. House of 1,000 Corpses and Devil's Rejects. Okay, I'm not going to change my mind if I watch those. Just singing his praises right now. I'm going to be like, oh, this guy sucks. Don't know what the hell he's doing. But yeah, no, he seems I mean, at least as far as horror movies go, I think he does pretty well, so yeah. I don't know if he ever directs a romantic comedy, see how well he does that, then we could go from there. Is Rob Zombie your favorite horror director? Wow. Let me come over here. I don't know if I even have a favorite horror director. I never really think of it in that way, but let me search horror directors and see if any minds come up, any names come up, rather. Okay, so here's a few names to consider when it comes to horror movies. This is just from a search that's come up. Alfred Hitchcock, Roman Polanski, Richard Donner, Taika Waititi, M. Night Shyamalan, Rob Zombie, Francis Ford Coppola, Tim Burton, Kevin Smith, Jordan Peele, James Cameron, David Lynch, John Carpenter. Oh, there's loads here. I'm not going to read all these names out. Sorry, my bad. There's loads more names than I realized. I'm not going to read all these names out. Okay, those are a few names that were just the first few in a list of long-ass names. A long-ass list, rather, that's come up. So there's a few names. to consider when deciding who your favorite horror director is. Oh, the Duffer Brothers are in here actually. They did Stranger Things. It just lists the names, so it doesn't actually say which movies or they directed. No, but I mean, some of them I'm aware of, some of them I'm not. Robert Rodriguez, Sam Raimi, Eli Roth, Joel Edgerton. Okay, I don't even know I directed movies. Darren Aronofsky, Uwe Boll. Uwe Boll's more of a notorious director. You know what I mean? He's kind of famous for all the wrong reasons. I don't know if you've ever seen any of his movies, but if you haven't, probably for the best. I mean, to be fair, he's not as bad as people make him out to be, but yeah, you're not missing much, put it that way. Oh, Wes Craven, of course, that's another name in here. Peter Jackson, John Landis. Yeah, he did. Oh, what did John Landis do? He did Werewolf in London, American Werewolf in London. George A. Romero, of course, the the zombie movies, right? Ridley Scott, who was in Halloween. He did Halloween, Alien rather. Guillermo del Toro, Brian De Palma. So yeah, a lot of names to consider. Clive Barker. Wes Craven. Sam's going with Wes Craven. I haven't heard M. Night Shyamalan's name in some years. Yeah, he's still doing some stuff. He's got a movie coming out, I think this year, actually. I'm sure I heard... let me just check real quick. I'm sure I heard he's got a new movie coming out. Let me check real quick. I'm in the wrong thing. Yeah, it's got a film due out this year called Knock at the Cabin. It doesn't say when, it just says 2023. It's in post-production, so I guess Dave Bautista's in it, and Rupert Grint. Jordan Peele is very hit and miss for me. Get Out is amazing, but Us didn't hit it for me. I haven't even seen Us yet, actually. I mean, I've seen Us, but I haven't seen Us. Yeah, Jordan Peele. I don't think he's directed too many horror movies. To my knowledge. Let me look up his name real quick. Nope, that's a horror movie, isn't it? I've not seen it, but I think that's a horror movie. In fact, he's only directed 3 movies actually, which is Get Out, Us, and Nope. So I guess he has done. He's pretty much just only directed horror movies. But I guess when it comes to writing, he's done like more varied stuff like comedies and stuff like that. But as far as movies goes, it's only directed horrors. John Carpenter's your favorite. I think Jordan Peele has peaked already. Oof. I mean, it's probably true. Oof. Still, actually, let me not say that. I've not seen Us, and I've not seen Nope. I've only seen Get Out, which I really liked. Apart from the ending just But it was a good movie otherwise. Get Out is his magnum opus. Does that mean best movie? Magnum opus, meaning a work of art, music, or literature that is regarded as the most important or best work that an artist, composer, or writer. Oh, okay, well, yeah, I guess that's what it means. His best movie. Yeah, I mean, it seems so. I mean, at least according to people who've watched all his movies. I've only just seen the one, but hey, so see my words. Stop giving me good words to steal. If you only say crappy words, I can't steal. Well, I can steal them, but I don't want to steal crappy words. If you keep saying good words, I'm going to keep stealing them. Magnum opus. That's definitely getting stolen, by the way. I'm going to try and use that and pretend that I'm smart. I'm just be talking to somebody and be like, well, it seems that it was his magnum opus. I'm just going to drop it just like that. And they're going to be like, dude, what are you talking about? Trying to figure out how many pencils are in his packet. Well, you know, the magnum opus of the pencil world is HB2. HB2? Wait. Is it HB2 for pencils? That's right, isn't it? HB2 pencil. I don't just make that up, did I? There is a HB2 pencil. There is, yeah, there is. There is a no, I don't make it up. There is a HB2 pencil. I feel like I remember that from school. The HB2 pencil. Matter of fact, yeah. You know what? I think maybe the HB2 pencil is the magnum opus of the pencil world, actually. I think it is. If I search what is the best pencil in the world, HB2 better come up. The best pencil. Let me see what comes up here. Okay, so a whole bunch of stuff that just sounds confusing. Black Wing 602 yeah, Japanese made premium pencil by on Amazon. Well, whatever. I don't know. I'm sticking with HB2. until a time comes where I can understand what these other pencils are. Raw. There's a pencil that costs £283. It is a Graf von Faber-Castell platinum plated. Oh, hold on a sec. Let me click on this thing. Graf von Faber-Castell platinum plated Grendalia wood classic mechanical pencil. Let me show you this guy. Let me show you guys this. This is it. It was £315. It's been discounted to £283.50. Who's buying this? who's buying this pencil for me for my birthday or for Christmas 2023? Who's buying me this pencil? If you get it now, it's like you can get it for $283. I don't know if that's a special offer that's going to end soon or whatever, but it's discounted down from $315 to $283 and 50p. So I'm just saying, if whoever's want to get me this pencil, better get it now and have it ready for me. Can't lie though, that pencil does not look comfortable. Like, it actually doesn't. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't want to say, but it doesn't look comfortable. It looks like that's gonna hurt your hand after a while. Like after, you know, you've been writing for a little while or drawing or whatever, that feels like it's gonna hurt your hand, or hurt your fingers after about 10-15 minutes. I don't know. Maybe it's more comfortable than it looks. It could very well be. I don't know, but it really looks uncomfortable. Yeah, he's got me creasing on that. I appreciate you, Jakes. Raven, De Palma, Hitchcock, Peele, my favorites by far. Okay. Sam Raven is a great horror director for sure. Yeah, I got it right. Storytelling, social commentary, airy facts where it wasn't over the top, it was just right. Then it goes off from there. You need to set up a GoFundMe to raise the funds. Yeah, I might have to do that. Set up a GoFundMe. Say like, I'm raising money to buy a Grafon Faber-Castell platinum plated Grandalia wood classic mechanical pencil. Obviously, it's a good cause. Obviously, I don't even think I write things down anymore. I mean, I guess I do, but not £283 worth of writing. I don't think I do that much writing these days. I guess everything now is like you type it out on your notepad on your phone or whatever. Alright, let's see if I could pick a few favorite directors out of this horror list. I think John Carpenter is definitely going to be up there for me because of Halloween and especially because of The Thing. Even though The Thing is technically not a horror movie, it's kind of a thriller, horror, you know, but whatever. Still, it's an amazing film. If you've not seen The Thing, it is awesome. Alfred Hitchcock as well. I'll put him in there as one of my favorite directors, even though that dude was a weirdo. Like, he did some really good movies. And his influence in films is still, you know, you still see it in films now, like the whole kind of suspense and everything that he was doing back then. I mean, it's definitely other directors that I like. I don't know if I put them as favorites though. You know, Kevin Smith done a lot of good movies. I don't know if I'd call Kevin Smith a horror movie director. Oh, guess technically he made, was that Tusk, which I suppose, I'm not seeing it, but I guess that was a horror type movie. iRobot, Lost in Space, Live 2017, The Fifth Element, The Passenger, haven't watched it in a while, Independence Day, Resurgence, War of the Worlds, Alien and Predator, Sci-Fi. And with that, between Christmas and Holly's birthday, I'm poor. Okay, fair enough. Sam's got kids. You guys ain't got no excuses. So, actually, I don't know. Maybe you got kids. I don't know. I guess I'm not sure it's been brought up with you guys. Maybe you got kids. You just haven't mentioned it. But assuming you don't have kids, we got no excuses. So Sam, I'd allow Sam to, because she's got kids. But everybody else, as far as I'm aware, I don't think you got kids. So you're gonna have to get me this pencil. That's the law. See, Jacob ain't got kids, so no excuses, Jacob. you gotta put your money together and get me that pencil. I'm a big kid. Does that count? Starship Troopers. Yeah, I remember that movie. That was like 1990 something. The chip film, but my Christmas is drained. My fans. Alright. Between The Fifth Element and Independence Day. Oh, Sam Raimi. I think I'll put up there actually as well, but mainly because of the Army of Darkness, like the Evil Dead movies. I think I've seen those. I feel like I have. I don't remember, but yeah, definitely Army of Darkness. That was a good one. Peter Jackson did some cool horror movies, but I'm not sure I'll put him there as a favorite. So yeah, I'll go with I'll say between John Carpenter and Alfred Hitchcock. I'm gonna go with John Carpenter. If I have to pick one, I'm gonna say John Carpenter. Rewatch both of them movies again. Jacob, my youngest birthday was on New Year's Eve. Christmas week is expensive. But you could just buy one present though, right? Like if their birthday's so close to Christmas, you could just be like, here's your birthday and Christmas present, you know? Just saying, just one thing covers both days. It's like it's. You could like give it to like in the middle of the week, because it's like a week between Christmas and New Year's, right? So you could be like, this is your late Christmas / early birthday present. So I'm saving you money here. I'm saving you money. I got bare good ideas like that. Imagine being like Nick Cannon though on Christmas though. Like, I mean, Nick Cannon's got money and all, but I'm just saying, like, this dude's got so many kids. I wonder if he remembers them. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a point where you buy like 8 of your kids' presents and forget the other 4 or something like. Or maybe he bought 11 of the kids' presents and forgot one of them. Like, I don't know, man. That dude's got like 12 kids now or something like that. That's crazy. That dude's starting his own basketball team or something. I don't know what he's doing. I want some little youngins, but not now. Till I have financial stability. You know, I feel like people say about, you know, having kids and being financially stable, and, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't be, of course. Like, you know, I'm not. It's not a bad idea to, you know, wait till you're ready and that kind of thing. I ain't saying that, but I don't know, man. Perhaps this is me talking out of ignorance, to be honest with you, but I feel like it's just one of those things that if it's going to happen, and whenever it happens, or if, I mean, well, it's not going to happen, but, you know, if it's going to happen, no matter how much money you got, no matter what kind of job you have, whether you got lots of money, no money, you're always going to, I feel like you're going to be as prepared as unprepared. You know what I mean? Like, because bare people with like loads of money and still can't raise their kids right. You know what I mean? And then there's people with hardly any money at all, and, you know, they're raising, you know, some of the kindest, nicest people you'd ever meet. You know, most well-rounded, level-headed people you'd ever meet. So it's like, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying don't be financially stable. That is a good thing, but I don't know. I just don't believe that's the thing to rely on. You know, I feel like there's more to do with making sure you're okay first and foremost, not just financially, but overall. And even if you're not, and you find yourself with kids, then it's just figuring out how to be okay within the realms of what's available to you. You know, I don't know. Like I said, I'm probably talking about arse. I don't know nothing. I ain't got no damn kids, so what do I know? Don't listen to me. Listen to people who actually know what they're talking about. Off that slap, I've kind of given Will Smith movie a pass. We haven't watched a Will Smith movie. Actually, you know what? I don't think I've watched a Will Smith movie since. Oh, have I? No, I don't think I have, actually. I mean, I haven't boycotted him. I guess it's just kind of, I haven't actually watched any of his movies since then. I mean, I would, but yeah, guess I just haven't. Huh, interesting. Was ready for any the Jacob. Tiny Jacob. iRobot was alright too. Yeah, I liked iRobot. It's a good movie. Yeah, and has enough kids to populate a small island. For real. He's probably gonna have a good few more before he's done. I wonder if his kids know each other. Like, I'm just saying, like, there's gonna be so many kids. Like, he's probably got like between one brother and one sister. They probably don't even know which one's which. you know, growing up in different places. You know what's gonna happen? Like one, no, let me not say that. Let me not say that. Let me not put some bad juju into the world. Let me not say that. Listen, I hope everything goes well for him and his family. Let me just leave it there. Let me just leave it there. But I'm just saying, I hope all his kids know each other. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope all his kids know who their brothers and sisters are, and which schools they go into and where they work. I hope all their kids know each other, because boy, it could get real awkward if they don't. I'm just saying. Sensible, get your money off of the kids. Small version of the dog. Yeah, I ain't forgot about it. So, movies with my mother. I gave my mom hell as a kid. Couldn't imagine raising a younger me. I will probably have a nervous breakdown. You never financially stable when you have kids, trust me. Oh, I can believe it. I know a lot of, I know quite a few, well, maybe not a lot, but I certainly know quite a few people with kids. There's some of them, you know, some of them don't have a lot of money, some of them have a bit more money, and all of them are struggling. You know what I mean? Some of them have this much money, some of them have this much money, but they're all struggling. That's what I know. It's like, yeah. I'm not used to making sacrifices and having kids. There's a lot of that. I admit I'm kind of selfish. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with being selfish. I don't know if that's a hot take or anything, but I actually don't believe there's anything wrong with being selfish. I think there's a difference between being selfish and being inconsiderate. And I feel like being selfish can often sometimes be the best way to be selfless. As in making sure that you're okay is the best way. Once you make sure that you're okay, then you could be the best version of yourself for other people. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think there's a difference between being selfish and being inconsiderate. And being selfish in terms of, because the bottom line is you're always going to be the most important person in your life. You know, that's it. Without you, right? You know, so you are always going to be the most important person in your life, and as such, you have to take care of yourself as best as you can. And to be of service to other people, as we all are in some way, the best way to do that is to make sure you are okay. So yeah, you have to prioritize your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, you know, all of that. Because if you start to crack, everything that you do begins to crack. So yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being selfish. You're gonna have yourself right before bringing life into this chaotic world as well. I had my first at 17. I was in college. I never had any of them when the time was right, but it doesn't matter. So none of your kids was planned sim. That's my worst nightmare, having unplanned kids. No fun from it, Jacob. But at least I don't have all different dads, so if you're not listening, dad, and these days, that's an achievement. You're committed for that. Yeah, I know one lady, she has, I think, 2 kids, I think. It might be 3, I'm not sure. But they all got different dads. Like 2 or 3 kids, but they all got different dads. And yeah, it's like dealing with that. It's tough because like you dealing with like this dad doesn't like this thing, that dad don't like that thing, and yeah. meanwhile she's the one looking after all the kids. You know, it's tough. It's a tough thing. I might like steal somebody's kids one day though, but I might do it like when the kid's like 5. I think that's a good age to like steal a kid, 5 years old, because at 5, you know, you don't have to like nappy change and all that kind of stuff, but it's still young enough for you to be like, yeah, I'm gonna train you how to how to be my foot soldier. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Have a whole army. I mean, like what's the First Order? That's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if you saw Star Wars. That's what I'm gonna do. Like, just steal kids and then create my own army. You gave your mother some issues, yeah. Was a thing with my mother. Yeah, things we do as kids. Yeah, no, I think that's true. The whole idea of states together for like it's just arguments. You know, when you see that sort of thing, it's just two people arguing, never agreed, and even when they agree, they don't agree. It's just arguing for the sake of arguing. They might like you have situations where two people both agree with each other on something, but they're still arguing anyway, just because they hate each other that much. You know, and it's like. Sometimes divorces or breakup is the best option. Yeah. Use that rubber. Were we talking like pencil erasers or? I mean, we just saw this real expensive pencil. I don't know, that's probably like a real expensive rubber out there as well. But let's see here. Most expensive rubber. Pencil rubber. I'll have to put a razor instead of rubber. Actually, no, they're all like regular price. Never mind. I was 17. I was absolutely not mature enough for that type of responsibility. Rubber for the Johnson dog. I was raving every weekend at 17. Yeah, I think that was about me as well, that kind of age. That was like peak partying age, like between, I'd say probably between like sort of 17, 18 up until about maybe 21, 22 was like peak partying time for me. You know, I was like clubbing, house parties. Yeah, that was me back then. And yeah, pretty much every week, certainly most weeks anyway. I was like, I used to like go to this club, this nightclub, and there was always somebody who could either get you in for free or get you in at a discount. Like it was just always somebody, like somebody had tickets, somebody had something, right? But so they were there a lot, and I was going there from like, I think probably from about 17, maybe 16. I don't remember exactly the age, but I think it was about maybe 17. I was going there, and of course it's a nightclub, so you're supposed to be over 18, right? But I used to get in with next to no issues at 17 years old. The very first time I got refused entry in that same club was the day after my 18th birthday. And the bouncer stopped me. The same bouncer that I seen there like pretty much every week. Exact same bouncer. And he was like, no, can I get, I need to see some ID. I'm like, bruh, I'm here like all the time. And he's like, oh, I see lots of people. I don't remember everybody's faces. I need some ID. And I didn't have my ID with me. And I remember I had to go home, get my ID, and come back and show it to him. And it was the first, I think first and possible, no, it's not the only time. It's not the only time I had to show ID. It's not the only time, but it was definitely the first time. It was the first time, and it was in a club that I've been to plenty of times before. But when I'm actually old enough to go there, I was like, yeah, this is ID, please. Kind of like 17, that's something said, and I'd say, oh yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah, time, Jacob, I had postnatal depression, and I was a mess, but that being said, I have a type of day to day. I think it was because of all that strengthened me in that bond. My fuck didn't know the kids or parents or the place and didn't see a level of maturity. Yours wasn't going period. Raw. So you didn't go no parties or nothing? Well, you must have gone to some parties, Brax. You must have been to some parties. Must have been to some parties. And when I say parties, I don't mean just like, you know, a few friends and a reasonable level of music. I mean, I'm talking about like when parties get a bit wild, like the music's way too loud. You know, the neighbors are complaining. You know, there's too many people in the house, so it kind of spills onto the street. You must have been to some parties, dude. Yeah, well, maybe not must, but come on. You must have snuck out at one time. Or went to some rave that you weren't really supposed to be going to. I'm not saying you should do these things, by the way. Let me be before anybody says that. I'm not encouraging that people do that. I'm just saying these things happen. I had to get that wild crap out of my system. I remember my sister postnatal depression. It was a tough period. It completely changed. Since I didn't do all that, stayed to myself and hated looking at people already, so I didn't give a damn about that. I see. Yes. Actually, no. To be fair, yeah, he did say that. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. A little bad though. I worked part time. I went out every other weekend. I didn't miss out entirely. Actually, didn't play back in the day. Yeah. I played too much back in the day, man. But yeah, I mean, it's one of these things where I feel like I think when you're at that age, it's fine. You know what I mean? Because you kind of want to get it kind of out of your system and that kind of thing. And as long as you don't get too crazy with it, you know what I mean? It's fine. It's fine. Have your fun. is rough. This was 20 years ago. It wasn't talked about even then. Yeah, postnatal depression, is that like, I mean, I think I understand a little bit about what it is, like just the kind of depression feeling after giving birth. And you know, I think I saw some videos where they said something about how women don't talk about it or feel like they can't talk about it because of a lot of the kind of pressure put on mothers that you're supposed to feel this way, you're supposed to feel that way, and it's this magical experience, and and then you don't want to say anything because then people start questioning, you know, whether you even want to be a mother. And it's like, you know, you want to be a mother, you just kind of feel, you know, and it's yeah. But it's good that people talk about these things now. There's more awareness of it. Hey, someone said, wish I could be transported back to those days. Yes, I hear that, man. You know what though? Like I feel like even at this age now, I feel like I've still got some good partying left in me. But you know what? I already know I'm too old for the club. I might feel like I could move, but last time I was at the club, I was just like, I'm so out of place here, man. This is because the thing is, like, there's a point where, like, if you're in your 40s and you go to the club, you might not be the oldest person there. Like, there's probably gonna be at least a couple of people older than you, like people in their 50s. That happens, right? But it's maybe like one or two people at the most, usually women, and they're usually on like some, you know, after work party, something that everybody just felt like getting wild or whatever, right? Or somebody's birthday maybe. So you might not be the oldest person there, but certainly you're gonna be in a very, very small percentage of people older than 25. Like if you're in your 40s, like, because there's a thing, like clubs, like if you go to a nightclub, it's like mostly going to be like late teens, early 20s, right? That's going to be the vast majority of people there, late teens, early 20s. Once you start getting about 25, 30, it starts to thin out, you know, less and less and less. And once you get to like 40 and above, you're talking about like one or two people there. So it's not that you'd be the oldest, but yeah, you're definitely going to be surrounded by vast majority of really, really young people where, and especially as a dude, right? As a dude, you might want to be real careful about who you chat with, because even though they're legal adults, you know how some gal look a bit older than they are, and you know, Jakes, I'm sure you know this as well. Some gal where they're like 14, right? 14, 15, but the bouncer lets them in anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you know, them ones, they give the bouncer like a little kiss on the cheek or whatever, and he lets them in anyway, knowing that they're young. And if you're there and you're not paying attention, it's kind of dark in the club. So I'm just saying, you want to be real careful who you chat to in a club, and the older you get, the more careful you need to be. So it's like there's a point where you're there and it's just like, you know what, let me just not talk to nobody. Just not talk to nobody. Just don't even take the risk. Let me just sit here. I got some friends over there. Let me just sit here and say nothing to nobody else. And that was it. That was it. I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna. Nah. So yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think you can still have fun in the club when you're older. I ain't saying that. You can have fun, but it's just not a place. It wouldn't be my. It certainly wouldn't be my first choice these days. It'd be like, I don't know. Never say never, but yeah. I think there's a lot of more things I'd rather be doing at this point. No, I've never been to one, wasn't invited, and didn't have much interest in going to one, and was no such thing as sneaking out with my mother. I wouldn't have been with my father either. Alright. And my sister had posting of depression. It was like walking on eggshells. Let me take it over and I'm gonna stop this conversation here because that was a period of my life. Oh god. Yeah. Plus anyways, I was a lame ass nigga and still am. I'm sure that's not true. I get where you're coming from. Yeah. You gotta be careful, man. There's some things I overcome enough to talk about. This isn't a time. I like revisiting. That's so good. You don't gotta talk about nothing you don't want to talk about. That goes for everybody. You know, if you ever get asked a question, even if I ask a question, doesn't even matter. If you feel like it's something you don't want to talk about, it's cool. I ain't gonna push it. And nobody's gonna push it because that's not what we do here. If you're not ready, you're not ready. It's all good. Yeah, my raving days have come and gone. I have to accept it. Yeah, man. It was fun while it lasted, but oh well. Oh well. Play call again. Call of Duty. If he lets me. You must have to pretend that you're not that good at it anymore so he can let you play it and then just whoop his ass again. Hustle the controller out of him. Which COD you playing, Jakes? I think he said actually. I think no, was it? I think it was a Modern Warfare 2. I think he said actually. I'm sneaking out. We'll get you sneaked in. Ass whooping. I see that. I see. I definitely don't want that. You don't want that. Plus the youngest. Know my place. I don't worry too much about it, Sam. Call of Duty kind of sucks anyway. Should play some real games. I'm really good at now. It's been a few years, but I would play if you let me. A little bit of practice. Or, you know what you could do? Since he gave you the receipts of those Dr. Martens, you can take it back to the shop and use the money to buy yourself a PlayStation. Because you could probably get a PlayStation along with Call of Duty pretty cheap by now. So I'm just saying. You take the Dr. DMs back to the shop and use the money to get a PlayStation Call of Duty and be like, hey, I got my own one now. See if I let you play this. I'm the captain now. So my mother especially was overprotective. I see. Yeah, I hear that. Oh man. I can never meet you in person, but I probably won't live up to the vision you have in your head. Goodbye PS5. I mean, if you could get a PS5, then I think you need to let the world know how. Because those things are literally like gold dust right now. They are so hard to get. If you manage to somehow finagle yourself a PS5, then you need to let the people know how. How awesome would that be though? Like, you know, taking the DMs back to the shop, getting the money from the for the DMs, and then getting a PS5 with the latest Call of Duty, and be like, well, since you won't let me play yours, man, you got this brand new shiny PS5, and he's still got the old little PlayStation. You know what? Let me say this real quick, Sam. Please don't take any of my advice because it most likely will result in a breakup. I'm just saying, like, if you actually did that, there's a high possibility it will result in a breakup of the relationship. So yeah, don't take any of. I don't have any good ideas, like none at all. So yeah, don't take anything that I say as advice, especially when it comes to like relationships. Like, it's just assume it's bad advice. Like that's anything I say, especially in regards to relationships, just assume it's bad advice. Don't do it. That's my my disclaimer. I only give bad advice. And then he would be so mad at me if I bought myself a PS5. He won't talk to me. I'm buying. Well, if you do buy it and it goes badly, then it was Alan's idea. Yeah. If it goes badly, then it was Alan's idea. Alan's not even in the chat right now, but I don't care. It was his idea. If it goes well, then it was my idea. I'll take it if it goes well, but if it goes bad, it was Alan's idea. Even though he's not in the chat right now, it was Alan's idea. So that's how that. I think that's how that needs to work. Bar, casino, club, and no ID, ask for my ID. They'll think I'm a high schooler. Yeah. That's probably a good thing. Stay looking fresh. Here's what I play Sims on, but it's slow as fuck. He has the Pro, which I bought him, by the way. Oh, you bought him the good one. Yo, maybe buy yourself a PS5 ain't such a bad idea, actually. I'm just saying. Just saying. Maybe. Maybe. Wait a minute. If you want to go for PlayStation, I'm good with it. I think you're trying to compete with him or something. Well, I mean, kinda, yeah, kinda. Yeah. I would not mind to get a PlayStation 5. I don't particularly want to buy another console, to be honest, but I am very much considering a PlayStation 5. But I don't want the disc version. I want like the non-disc version, because I don't think I mean, discs are fine, but I think in all truthfulness, like I'm fine with like downloading games and stuff, because I don't play enough games to worry about whether I'm getting the best deals and that sort of thing. And I don't really collect games these days anyway, so. But yeah, look at this. It's on Amazon right now. PlayStation 5 digital editions. That's a download version. They've got 8 left in stock. It is £605. Well, £604 right now. That's definitely a marked up price. That is a massively marked up price. That's not. I don't think that's Amazon's price. That must be one of these sellers through Amazon. Oh no! Actually, it's for the PlayStation Store. It's actually for the PlayStation Store on that. Oh, you are taking the piss. Instead of giving Woody the money for a pen, you guys could give me the cash for PlayStation 5 and set it off. I mean, to be fair, that's probably a better cause, actually. Can't lie. That's probably a better cause. People think so. My late teens, early 20s. Yeah, that's where it goes. Makes you unlucky. You still look young. You would have my back. Yeah. Hey, mates for them. I'd be an unappealing ass nigga, but at least still look young. Hey, come on, man. If you're in this chat, you're not unappealing. I'm gonna say that now. Anybody who comes to my live streams, checks out my videos, ain't nothing unappealing about you, man. Let me say that from now. Let me say that from day dot. Ain't nothing unappealing. But bruh, £604 for a PlayStation though. You're taking the piss. Excuse me. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Skin, hair products. Yeah. Got to take care of yourself, man. Got to take care of yourself. Yeah, well, much difference between the PS4 and performance wise. But you're saying, you know, it's the 4 slower. Yeah, I think between the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, yeah, the 4 is slower. I mean, I don't have a Pro. I've got a regular PlayStation 4, but the PlayStation Pro was made with, I believe, a different RAM and processor. So it might not necessarily affect all games depending on how the game is made, but yeah, there's going to be certain things that load a bit faster on the Pro, just because of that. But yeah, I think with a PlayStation 5, unless you are planning on doing some hardcore gaming, yeah, it might not be worth the money, just because you could end up spending a lot of money on something. I mean, I don't know. You I guess you could play Sims. It's a bit smoother on a PlayStation 5, but I guess the question is it going to be worth play? Are you going to get £600 worth of smoothness out of PlayStation 5 if you're playing? You know what I mean? Your skincare routine is basically use moisturizer on my skin. You know what? Like, occasionally somebody asks me like a similar question, and it's the same answer as that, where, you know, this is moisturizer. Like, it's just moisturizer. It's not no fancy oil of Olay or whatever. It's just regular moisturizer. You know, like £1 a bottle moisturizer, just regular stuff. That's it. That's pretty much it. Just regular moisturizer. Nothing fancy about it. I don't know. Maybe if I did use like the Olay and whatever, and it might get better results, but I think I do okay. Goes away. So now, yeah. I mean, certain things I think are just like inevitable as you age, right? Just your body changes and things change. It's inevitable, and there's not really a whole you can do about it. But you know, just because you age don't mean you gotta get old. You know what I mean? Hell, you ain't gotta say that, dog. My set for years has been, well, I may be good looking, but at least I'm young looking. But I appreciate it though. Well, that might serve you well by the time you get to, like, say 40, 50, that kind of age, because like when all the other like 40, 50-year-olds are looking old, right? Because they maybe drink too much or whatever, and they're looking mad old. They're looking older than they are, like they're 40s or 50s, but they look like they're in their 70s. You'd be like the 40, 50-year-old still looking like he could pass for like 25, 30. Then all the girls start coming in then. You might have to wait a long time, Brax, but one day. One day. Same, but I wish she would be just pretty awesome dude. Need to find something to retain my hair. I use skin color for black bug, cocoa butter, baby products, etc. Cocoa butter is cool. I mean I do use it, maybe not as much as I probably should, but yeah, I do like cocoa butter when I get it occasionally, every now and then. It's got a nice smell to it. Advice I've ever gotten is wash it less. Is your hair? I mean, in your profile picture, Sam, is that how your hair is now? That kind of length? Because I guess if your hair's that kind of length, when you wash your hair, it probably gets like really soaked, right? And if you're washing it a lot, I assume that means it dries out a lot as well. But yeah, I don't have that problem. And gave me some advice as a kid. He said, "Don't get old." I wish I would have listened to him. Hey, it's not too late, man. We all gotta age. We don't gotta get old. Use cocoa butter in my life. Go try out. Cocoa butter is nice, man. That's a recommended product. Yeah, even just for the smell of it, it just smells so nice. Say my scalp. Yeah. Yeah, I figured out what you mean, Jakes. Just wash your scalp. Ball at 40. I love my age either. It's awesome looking young. Appreciate it. All right. It is 11:45. 11:45. So yeah, I should start winding down, wrapping up, wrapping down. First live stream of 2023. Appreciate you guys coming through on this one. Well, appreciate you guys coming through on all of them, of course, but first live stream of 2023. And we got the regular crew in here, so big up to everybody who come through. Big up to you and all that you do. Yes, I use some cocoa butter over here. So fancy from Brax and Sam. I'm dying of envy over here. Excuse me. You know what? I'll say definitely try it out. I mean, I don't know if you have to use it all the time. Like, you probably don't have to do it all the time, but definitely try it out. Like, if you've never tried cocoa butter, yeah, definitely try it out. Like I say, it smells nice. It feels nice on the skin. It's a nice treat. Like, even if you don't do it all the time, it's a nice treat every once in a while. Like, tubs are quite expensive. Well, I mean, I'm cheap, so they're expensive for me. Maybe not for people who, you know, actually take better care of themselves, but they're definitely more than your cheap supermarket stuff, right? But yeah, once in a while, definitely try it out. It's a nice smell. It feels nice. Yeah, yeah, definitely try it out. You got to get it's Palmer's cocoa butter. Don't just get any regular cocoa butter. Palmer's cocoa butter specifically. In fact, let me see if I can find a picture for you so you know what to look for. Because there's all different types of cocoa butter, and you definitely want to look for Palmer's cocoa butter. And even Palmer's, they got like different types, you know, like there's like the squeezy bottles and this sort of thing. This is the, you want to look for one like this, something that looks like this kind of a tub. I ain't say it's gonna be this tub specifically, but you want to look for a tub kind of like this. You know, you want the original solid formula. That's what you want. So you have formula original solid. That's what you want. That's what you want. The squeezy stuff is fine, but this is the what. This is the. That's the one you really want to get. That's the original, and still the best. That's what you gotta look for. So yeah, Palmer's cocoa butter, original solid. Every now and then, you want to pick one of these up. You won't regret it. It's a nice treat. It's a nice treat. My hair is long now. My hair holds wetness, but I wash it once a week. A bit of oil, and my hair health-wise is the best condition it's ever been. Okay. I see. So yeah, if you washed it too much, yeah, I guess there's too much water in. Yeah, cool. I sees ya. So I probably left it later 40. And this cocoa butter is elixir. I mean, not quite, but kind of feels like it. Kind of feels like it. Cocoa butter as well. Oh, you know, yeah. He's getting here. I have Gucci too. Face of Jacob, I'm definitely not staying. You know, I'm good looking, but I don't look 37. Come on, Sam. I'm sure you're a cutie. I mean, how long you been with Elliot for? He must be. Right? So somebody fancies you. You know what I mean? Then you there. What's been 10 years? I think you said. No, more than that, right? It's been more than 10 years. Yeah, so somebody fancies you all that time. So come on, man, Sam. Come on, Sam. There's a main component. Fun game. Because of my personality. Okay, now. Yeah, it must be that. I know how I do. You can say I'm trying. Sure, our age group. Yeah, I don't think Rex is mentioned his age, but you know, it's cool. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm not going to force it. If you don't want to say, it's not a problem. Like I say before, anything you don't want to talk about, not a problem. Yeah, in my 20s. You know, back ain't cracking. Bunch of personalities. All different ages. Yeah, from now on out, from here on out, I identify as a 21-year-old. So that's it. I'm 21, and I live in Wisconsin. I identify as a 21-year-old living in Wisconsin. So yeah. Oh, and also I'm a millionaire, so I'm not sure how this all works, but somehow I'm gonna expect to see millions of dollars in my bank account tomorrow because I identify as a 21-year-old millionaire in Wisconsin. So that's who I am now. siblings. Alright. So guys, I should be live streaming again this Friday, methinks. Oh yeah, this Friday. Maybe around about 8:30, 9 p.m. GMT-ish. That's Friday the 6th. So yeah, this Friday should be fine. Play some games. Might play some High on Life actually. But we'll see. But for now, hey, catching up with you guys. I appreciate y'all coming through. Yeah, 2 years ago, a couple of people came up to the door. Asked if my parents were home because they thought I was in high school. Hey, stay looking young, man, for as long as possible. But guys, you have been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. This is the first live stream of 2023. We went for what, 3 hours and 22 minutes almost. So we did a good one. I watched Halloween 2 by Rob Zombie. I enjoyed the movie. Hopefully you enjoyed the movie too if you were watching along, or if you weren't, hopefully you still had some fun. We talked about all kinds of stuff afterwards, PlayStations and looking young and other things. YouTube, thanks for lifting the band. Yeah, big up YouTube for lifting the band for, well, I don't know why you even put the band in the first place, but thanks for lifting it. We don't ban little Jacob here. We don't do that. We don't be banning none of y'all here. I mean, there are people I should be banning, but none of them are in this. None of them are in this chat. I seem to have misplaced my wallet. And also, talk like an older man. If I was a PlayStation 5, so you can make that happen. Yeah, we need the world to align with how we identify. I think that's what needs to happen. I'm not sure how these things work, but that's what needs to happen. The world needs to somehow align with how we identify ourselves. But until we can figure that out, guys, you've been awesome as always. Appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping company. Thank you for keeping it lively. The village is strong because you make it strong. We're only going to get stronger in 2023. So until whenever, if ever, peace.